Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, Ronnie. Well, hello, Caroline. New Hampshire, right? I'm so bad with like the states. How is everyone doing tonight? Everyone good? Give me everyone a chance for it to go out and in people's boxes that I'm going live. Y'all, I'm so tired tonight. Let me tell you, it was like 4 billion degrees today in Georgia. And I had like landscaping to do, and I actually had to like harvest the garden. Um, the garden is still going crazy, crazy. Hi, Dolores. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for coming in. So, how's everyone doing? As I look out, I look so tired on screen. I'm like looking at myself, I'm like, ooh, Case, you look tired. And I am because it's so hot. The hot like sucks your energy out of you. I actually even like think I got a sunburn today. And I haven't been to the beach or the pool, it's just been in the backyard. Y'all, the garden is still going crazy. It's August and it's still going crazy. Now, I will say that I have pulled cucumbers. Cucumbers are normal, and the squash is normal. And zucchini and stuff will come, green beans, all that will come in the next couple of weeks. But how are everybody? How is everybody? Well, hello, girl. Hey, girl. Howdy. Howdy. How's everyone doing? Is it hot where you are? What temperature is it where you are? Put it in the chat. Like, to be honest, I think we were like 96 today. So maybe not 4 billion, um, but half a billion. I am on almost 22 pounds that I've lost. Fat girl getting skinny, eh? Oh my gosh. Is my cousin actually in my chat? Hi, Carrie. I love you. I love you. Thanks for coming in the chat. I actually sent your parents some veggies. You should try them because I hear that my nephew is going to come visit Ormsby Farm and get to see the farm. So I'm trying to get it together so he can come and see it and love it. Ronnie, 110. Ooh, girl. Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining. Ooh, 100 plus. You so crazy. there's my buddy. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello. Oh, hey, boo. Hey. Welcome in. 96, 9,000% humidity. That's what it is here, like literally 9,000% humidity. And let me just say, Rebecca, 89, but felt like 98. Rebecca, where are you again? Because I thought you were in like the cold area. Let me tell you. Okay, so I was living in Tucker. That's where we were before. And Tucker is, well, Garden Zone 7B. Okay, so I moved down here. So I'm very cautious where I say where I live, but I'll just say Southern East Georgia. And y'all, I'm 8A, which is like Florida level, and it shows. It is so hot. The humidity is ridiculous. I get up and it's like 7 o'clock in the morning because that's when I get up. Weird now. But I get up to go check the garden and, check everything. And I'm getting like boob sweat and tit sweat already at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm getting it together. Make sure you have pickles for him. I will have pickles. If you have not seen one of my posts, I canned 58 jars between quarts and pints. I may have to bring one on, Carrie. Stay tuned. I may have to go grab one because the pickles are actually really good, but we've done a lot. I was so tired of seeing cucumbers. We had 675 pounds of cucumbers. I was tired of seeing it. What word? What word had changed? Uh-oh. Girl, that's what I'd be trying to do too. Just keep my butt in the house. Oh, Missouri. I don't know why I thought you were in like cold, cold. Missouri is kind of, it's not really south, but you still get hot like us. How to get it together DIY. That sounds like a collab, and I think I'm in for it. 8 p.m. and it's still 95. Oh my gosh, I haven't even checked because I haven't even gone outside. You see this one behind me right here? She literally, we were going to go outside right before the live. And I was like, okay, come on, let's go outside. We're going to do the potty thing, get it together. She like walked out one step and was like, nah, you go outside. You have fun. I'll see you momentarily. Yes, Southern Belle country. Well, it's kind of cow country. There's not many Southern Belles but me. See, okay, I haven't done bread and butter. I want to learn how to do those, but I've only done dill. But I am going to. Has anyone made pickles with almond? No, but I've actually looked into ordering seeds to get those. Let me actually go get one of my jars of pickles. So everybody hold, please. Okay, so with all these cucumbers that we have been getting, I mean, I had to just start doing quarts. Like I was doing pints to start off with, and I was like, nah, and we'll run out of jars. So I did quarts. So this is, I even got like, ran out of like creative ways to like cut them. I did like, I ain't gonna say nothing because this is YouTube and I cannot say nothing improper. Giveaway time. But I ran out of like fun ways to cut them, so I was just like cutting spears. I was cutting chunks. I was cutting like little chip things. But I did do some relish also, and I will say that I tried some of the relish, and it is amazing. But let me tell you, because I had a video come out today because I was graciously asked by Mary Ellen over at Prepper Potpourri to be in a collab called August Jamboree. Now, in the August Jamboree, she was like, yeah, I don't really want to like just have like the jam videos, you know, that everybody does, but I want to do like a collab on how you use those jams in your homestead. So I made a pear and fig jam sugar cookie, but the collab is sponsored by 4Jars, which makes the lids. Let me tell you, we're not gonna get all like cray cray. Well, maybe we will. But as you can tell, I love me some 4Jar lids. Why do I love me some 4Jar lids? Listen, we can go back and forth all day in the chat about ball and about how they're amazing and blase, blase. We all know that, okay? We all know that ball is good. But to have a US family-based company step up and create lids that can stand up to ball during the time when we couldn't get canning lids. I mean, you had people that were like, Christina, I'm going to get to your comment in a minute. But to stand up to ball's standards of canning lids, and I know, you know, there are those canners, and I'm sure I'm going to get them. I'm not going to mention any names that are like, oh no, you have to do ball because no, I'm not going to do ball. Listen, if it seals, it's good. Whether it's knockoff brand, whether it's ball, whether it's 4-jar, and I have never, and I'm looking into the camera for this one, I have never in my candy experience ever had 100% seal rate as I've had with 4-jar. Every single one of them. Now listen, back in the day of ball and all that kind of stuff, you always had that one jar that wanted to be the rebel and not seal. Listen, we all have had it. It's not something that's like, oh my God, I'm a new canner and one of my cans didn't seal. Listen, we've all had that one jar. With 4 jars, let me tell you, I have had 0 not seal. And we were graciously sent 4 jars for the podcast. We were graciously sent a ton of lids. I mean, I think I got like 400 lids from 4 jars as some of our stuff that we got to receive from 4 jars for being a sponsors. They are an amazing company. And to be a family-based company, we have to support them. And I truly believe as YouTubers and as social media influencers, we need to support local businesses. It is our duty to support local businesses. I'm not saying that Ball isn't, but Ball is one of those big, giant corporations, kind of like the Home Depot and all of that. But again, I said I wouldn't go into it. Well, Christina, let me go back to your comment. Let me come back to that comment. Hold on. Okay, so why it was 3 cookies is because I was a fatty and I pulled out the cookie dough because I pre-make my cookie dough. And I pre-make it, I make it into balls for really like 8 to 10 cookies, just so that I have it. And because we don't really know all of the stuff that's in cookie dough from the grocery store. We know it's preservatives. We know it's not good for you. So I make my own. I freeze it. I took it out to make the video. And I was like, okay, yes, I'm ready. I'm going to make this video for August Jamboree. And then I kind of got backtracked. Life happened. But every night I was like, well, maybe just a small pinch of the cookie dough wouldn't hurt it. So it went from a cookie dough for 8 cookies to 3 cookies. So yes, I only made 3 because that's all the cookie dough I had left. Kristen, don't be calling me out. I'm going back in the comments. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. They were so yummy. Let me tell you, they're so simple. And I talk about it in a couple other videos, but one of like my grandparents, now my biological grandmother passed away before I was old enough to really know her. But I was raised by my grandfather. We called him Pop-Up. And his wife, her last name was Ormsby, Jean Ormsby, Grandma Jean. That is what Ormsby Farm is named after, created after. But my uncle Howard had a aunt. Her name was Nancy, but all of us in the family called her Grandma Nancy. And she was an amazing Southern cook. And that is where I get a lot of my recipes, probably about 80 or 90%. Before she passed, really, before she went into a living community, her house had burned down. And I was able to get her recipes and her cookbooks. You hear me talk about it on the podcast a lot, but that's where I get a lot of my recipes is from her, Grandma Nancy. She has since passed, but there are some great Southern ones. And this stuffed cookie was not actually not the pear and fig, of course, but she had a jam stuffed cookie in her cookbook that I kind of did the video off of. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need to, one, listen to our podcast when season 3 comes out because we're giving away a whole box full of stuff I think there's like 300 lids in there and like canning mats and canning towels. We have a really cool box. I don't even know why I'm saying this out here. I'm like giving away all the secrets. But yes, you do need some 4 jar lids for real. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, someone that is not scared to say what they think, like myself. Listen, the only reason that I don't even know if you can see it on the thing, but this is a ball jar. Now, I do buy ball jars, but the woman that sold us her homestead left 65 quart jars full of stuff. I didn't use any of it. I dumped it because I don't know how she cans. And I may be a rebel in some things, but not in the safety for my family. So I dumped it, washed, got 65 free jars. Cha-ching! 4 jars of the bomb. Yes, they are the bomb diggity barum diggity. Support them. I'm telling you, they are such an amazing company. And let me tell you another thing about this company. They are so gracious to every single homesteading channel on YouTube that reaches out to them. Listen, our podcast, I have so much fun shooting our podcast. And yes, we have now hit over 6,000 downloads. But on YouTube, if you look, we're only at 172 subscribers. They graciously sponsored our podcast and said, "Oh, we love y'all. Here, we love what y'all talk about. Here is stuff for y'all to try. Here's stuff to give away." They are an amazing company. I cannot say enough about 4 jars and how amazing of a company they are and how we should support them. What's the name of the lids? 4 jars. You see? That's them. And if you go to the QR code that's up here and scan this QR code, just open your phone and try to take a picture of it. It will take you to the Ormsby Farm link tree. And there's a link in there where you can order the 4-jar lids and use Ormsby 10 to get discounts off. Yes, I'm probably way behind. Sorry, y'all. Go through. Yes, I love them. I love them. Yeah, I don't. It was so good. I don't know how I lost the weight, but still. Hey, 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 hey! Thanks for coming in. I know, right? See, I should have shared some of my like 2% cookie dough that I saved. Oh my gosh. Okay. So y'all that don't know in the chat, Carrie is my cousin. She knows what I'm talking about Grandma Nancy. Let me tell you a funny story, and I'm gonna get to more of the comments. At Thanksgiving. Now listen, if nobody has ever seen, and this could always be controversial, the show Roseanne, my favorite show in the entire world. They had the funniest episode, which was the Thanksgiving episode called We Gather Together in season 2. Somehow I will find the link and leave it in the comment section if you want to watch it for the Roseanne episode. But that was always our Thanksgiving. Carrie, comment below if you agree. Only if you agree, not if you disagree with me. But Grandma Nancy and her partner, Grandpa Bob, were always a hoot every time they came to our Thanksgiving. And one thing that Grandma Nancy used to always bring was twice baked potatoes. Now, comment below in the comments if you have had twice baked, because that's kind of a southern thing. I don't even know if it's a northern thing, but I know in the South it's like big to do the South twice baked. Y'all being a fat kid and drinking Kool-Aid. It's like real old school. So when I got her recipe book, her twice baked recipe was in there, which I've hung on to like with claws. But Oh my gosh. And I'm about to give away a secret, even though I gave it away on our podcast, 4th of July episode, that she used raw egg in her twice baked. Does anybody do that? Comment below. Oh, I love that. That's all I'm gonna say is I love it. I put you on the screen. I ain't gonna say no more, but I love that. I want that on the shirt. I'm the same way. I am the same way. Y'all know I don't have my glasses, so it's gonna take a minute for me to read the long ones. But I'm the same way. I look now, where I live now, we don't really have a lot of Goodwills. They're about 45 minutes away. But I look at the Goodwills and the thrift stores because I'm not paying more than 50 cents for a jar. I'm not. Now, before I did the homesteading stuff, I was bougie with a asterisk, and I think I bought like 12 cases, but it's okay. And I may have bought them under a influencer code of a giant YouTube channel that I kind of don't support anymore, but it's okay. We're not gonna go into it. Inherited all of your husband's greatest candy jars. Now, see, that is one of the reasons that I feel I should get married, so that I can inherit my husband's granny's candy jar. But again, as I said, all that's out here in the boonies where I live is cows. So my love life is lacking. Um, have I? I don't know, but I need to. I need to because I love the now let me tell you this the recipe that I used for the substance in the jars. I do for not even just pickles, but I put asparagus, um, I do green beans. I've done the Chinese noodle beans. I've done squash and zucchini. I pickle a lot of vegetables, and it's so good. It keeps it super crisp and like, like when you bite into it, you don't like that soft, like flimsy pickle kind of thing, the wet one. But I need to do a video if I haven't. Thank you for reminding me. um, I don't trip. I gracefully fall to the floor. Okay? Thank you. Behave. You behave. See, big things are happening. Big things are happening here in the homesteading community. OWP, OTWP is cooking tonight. So miracles do happen. I mean, it's a good thing. Oh, for real? I may need to go get one. Hi, Nancy. I love pickled asparagus. Girl, it is so good. Let me tell you, my family is completely asparagus addicted. And we like it always. Charred, cooked, steamed, pickled, but pickled asparagus to be really like ta-ta and like have one of those charcuterie boards that we talked about last week. It's great to have some pickled asparagus on there because then you feel like really like fancy and ta-ta. There was the what? See, that's one thing that is lost in the generation is the importance of canning because I know for a fact, even though I didn't know my grandmother, I know she didn't can. I think that was even skipped her. Okay, I won't say it's even the generational thing because it's where you were raised. But we got to get back to that. We got to get back to the importance of passing down your jars because they are like a piece of gold, y'all. Okay, where's my salmon patty? Why I didn't get one? I'm hungry. Listen, just because I've lost weight doesn't mean I'm not a fat kid still and still want some salmon patties. Okay, thank you, Nancy. Amen, amen. I'm ready for a salmon patty. Ooh, y'all do peaches too? Okay, let's talk about peaches real fast. Because we have 4 peach trees on the homestead. Now this year, one, because the peach trees were not taken care of by the previous owner, got a lot of brown rot. As much as I tried to do, talked with a lot of my homesteading friends, they said what you need to do is wait, fall, um, cut them back, spray, fertilize, then try to get them back to being good. A lot of the fruit trees that were left on the property were not pruned properly. And so we're not getting that great of a harvest this year. Does anybody know in the chat and leave in the chat box what I need to do to get these fruit trees? Because we have a lot. We have 4 peach trees, 3 prune, 3 pear, and 8 grapevines back to glory. While I'm going through the comments, y'all comment. Tell me what I need to do because I'm at my wit's end. Right? Hi, Charmaine. Oh my gosh, me too. Chocolate cake. That's like my favorite. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Someone who cares about me enough to make me a salmon patty. Okay? Because all I can do right now, salmon patty wise, is watch what is the YouTube channel? Hold on. Simple Living Alaska and watch them catch all these sockeye salmons, can them, and I'm thinking, okay, if I drive now, I can be in Alaska by like September. Too much stuff. Come on. The salmon patties right now? Okay, we cutting the live short. I'm heading over there to get some salmon patties. Hi, Brittany. Oh, did you make me some? Okay, see? We're going to have an issue. Y'all coming in here making me hungry and not cooking me none of the deliciousness that y'all are talking about. Right? Thank you. That sounds good too. Okay? I had leftovers. Well, no, I got lazy tonight and I pulled something out of the freezer that I had pre-made. I think I did it for a video. I pre-made it and froze it, and I was lazy. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take it out and heat it up. So that's what I did. Oh, for real? Oh, now you know that's my home girl. So we gonna have her. We actually start shooting the 3rd season. Y'all, can you believe it? The 3rd season of our podcast tomorrow. Even though it's not going to come out for a couple months, and she's going to be on. She's a guest host for a couple episodes this season. I think I have to look back at her schedule, but I'm going to ask her because I don't know. I'm literally like, as much as I have fun playing Farmer Casey on YouTube, I'm still new to a lot of all this stuff that we're doing. And the fruit trees are the ones that are leaving me at kind of like a standstill, like, what do I do? Because I want to have a good production of the fruit trees because I know that the previous owner and her husband spent a lot of time planting and have been very good lately of not talking bad about the previous owner, which I had done before. And I had to remind myself that the lady was in her 80s and could not properly take care of the homestead like she probably could have back in the day. So I just got to get Ormsby Farms now up to the standard that it probably was years ago. So that's me being nice. That's all. That's the only time you'll ever hear me be nice. Oh, hold on. Thin out the branches and water more than usual will help. Oh, so even during the fall, I should water pretty heavily because I did the my undercover helper did tell me to thin out the branches like for real, like cut back like pretty heavily, but not the water more than usual. So I'm going to try that. Oh, I know the meatball suds sounds good. Yes, Charmaine. We were actually having me and mom and brother Chris and Tara. We have like every other weeks when we meet and have dinner and talk about what needs to be done. And brother Chris is really good at kind of like trying to be assertive on certain things. But that was one thing that we were talking about is that next year probably won't produce a lot of the fruit just because we're going to do a deep pruning and fertilizing. And y'all know I love Kelzyme, and I'm going to be Kelzyming the crap. That's for you, Lisa, because you'll watch it on the replay. Kelzyming the crap out of all the trees that we have, just so we can, in a year or so, start getting back to healthier trees. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you, every single time. It's these fancy computers. There we go. Okay. Chicken and rice, Campbell's soup, and added a can of. Ooh, that sounds good. Kind of like a country stir fry. It's delicious. Also recommend to branches of the tree, not partial. Well, now what do you mean by that? Like remove a whole branch. Like as in like the big thick trunk of the branches, just cut them off? I need to because I did actually just make friends with the local extension office here because I wanted to take the water in because it was starting to taste a little irony to me and really to all of my guests. As y'all know, we had Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch and her kids here, and even they were like, "Yeah, it tastes a little irony, good, but irony." And I was like, "Let me take my water in." Big thing is the branches we had on the apple orchard. Okay, hold on. Probably need to get my glasses. The big thing is the branches we had on the apple orchard when I was growing up. In the space from them. Oh yes, the space. That's another thing. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. She planted a lot of the trees in our orchard too close together. Like we have, like going to our main garden, we have a pear, and then literally 4 feet and 4 feet from each of the trees, she planted a plum. And that plum is not doing well. It's big and it's producing leaves, but not producing fruit. So I think we're just gonna have to cut that one down and because it was too close. But I have heard that you really need to follow the rules on how to plant and when to plant and where to plant. I know peaches, plum, and pear trees need pruned every season. Yes, I've heard that. And oh, they go dwarf. Now maybe that's what they're doing actually, because and I'm going to be pruning this year. One thing that I was going to prune this year, but I was like, I'm worn out. I try to get this garden together, trying to get the fall garden. I'm trying to get myself in the swing of stuff. So the fall, I'm going to be pruning the heck out of everything. So maybe that was it. So yes, maybe that was it that they're going dormant because like the plums didn't put out any flowers or anything. Now some of them put out a couple, but then like the birds got them, and I was like, well, thank you, thank you, birds. Get after town. Oh no, what's going on, Nancy? Prune, prune, prune. Yes, that's what I'm going to be doing, especially for the grapevines. Now, let me tell you about the grapevines. Um, we are thinking of putting kind of like a netting greenhouse over them. Because even though they got attacked this year with the Japanese beetles and we got that under control, the birds are now fighting us and they fighting hard because we're not getting a lot of uh, the grapes that we should or that we started off with. Okay, no, okay. This tree is like already like 16 feet. It's a big one. I'll take a picture and I'll DM it to you. It's a big one. As much as I want to do that, I don't think that'd even be possible because it's already so big. So before I go back to that comment, maybe it is dormant. Maybe I need to just prune, give it one more year before I cut it and see what's the tea. Oh, really? Did some do that? Watch it be my luck that the ones that I have do that. Yeah. Hi, Glinda. Hey, girl. Oh, I am going to be, y'all, everybody who's in the chat, make sure you come and see me tomorrow night on the Ann Lynn Show. I am back again on the Ann Lynn Show. I'm so excited. So y'all come and see me because y'all know y'all love me and want to see me every single night of the week. Isn't it your hand? I think so, but the woman that owned the property before, it is me and my brother measured it. I think it is, we'd have to have like a netting or like high tunnel that's about 12 feet high and about 40 feet wide. Because, I mean, there's a lot of them. But I mean, the 12 feet high could just be because of not pruning. But I don't know. I don't know. But we're looking into it because one, besides jelly, y'all know I love me some wine, and I really have found a good recipe, and I'm still going to try it this year to make my own muscadine wine. So I want to get some. I mean, all those grapevines, I want some of them. I watched a video not too long ago about transit full-grown trees when dormant. Family was moving and took them. Really? DM me, please, because I'd like to see that. Oh, what do you mean it didn't go well? What happened? Hi, ladies. I'm trying to put your comment up, and it's hi, KK. Hey, girl. Thanks for coming in. You're never late if you come in. You're never late. I'm here. We're all here. Let's praise. Hello, LP. Right, Glinda? Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. The the grapes are already still like pretty sweet. Like you can pick one off and eat it. It's kind of sweet now, but I know it's not until like end of September, early October, before you should be harvesting the grapes. But I'm just like all this effort and work that this lady and her husband put in to putting these grapevines because they're obviously at least 4 years old of a grapevine because they're putting off a good crop. You could tell at the beginning it was just the Japanese beetles beat us up, and then the birds are beating us up. But I want to protect them enough to get a good, I don't know, even just like a 5-gallon bucket of grapes would be good. Oh, Nancy, that I'm so sorry to hear that. You need to take care of yourself. Drink a lot of water, rest, and I'll be praying for you, Nancy. We love you, girl. I don't see it. Just email me on Instagram. Hi, Ice Spider. What? What? Oh my gosh. See, I need to find that around here. Now, let me tell you, it's funny that you mentioned that because as my neighbor, and when I say neighbor, I mean like neighbor within like 20 minutes, has a pecan farm. No, we're not going to get in the chat about how you pronounce it. I say pecan, I'm from the South. Pecan farm. And I'm wondering, I emailed her because I was like, do you do a you pick pecan? Or do I need to like kiss your butt and you just give me bags and bags of pecans? You know? I mean, she should. I'm a YouTube celeb. Just saying. Gosh. Every time I try to put a comment up, Nancy, it's yours. I'm trying to put, there we go. Okay. The wine sounds good. Yes. I'm going to do videos on it. I have read a lot of articles and I've watched a lot of videos on how to do a Moscato Muscadine sweeter wine, but dry. Now, I like a dry wine. I want like dry, like pinch your cheeks together wine. But we're going to try it out this year. I mean, our family spends way too much money in the grocery store on that. And if we can, produce it ourselves with these beautiful vines, then, I mean, saving a ton of money, yeah? Seasonal homestead. Correct. Because y'all know I can't figure this out. I cannot figure StreamYard out. I'm still learning all of this YouTube. All that young kid stuff. Yes, Nancy, make sure you take care of yourself. Oh, it's don't cut for me. The seasonal homestead. Why have I never? I like that name. I need to look them up. Let me write that down. Seasonal homestead. I don't know why I've never heard them. They're the ones that move the full-grown tree. Comment below. Right? Okay. So the woman is actually a congresswoman here in the small town where I live. So I'm trying to kiss a little bit of bouquet to, one, get pecans, but two, get it to where she's like, oh, Ormsby Farm, they're the best thing that's happened to Sparta. And I just said where I live, which is great. Bye, Nancy. Get some good rest. We love you. Oh, you like sweet, like diabetic coma sweet? I can't do that. I can't do it. I try. Right? Oh my gosh. The StreamYard thing is the struggle bus, but I'll tell you who I watch. And I love watching his tutorials on how to do stuff is Steven over at Boots and Bounty, or Mr. Boots and Bounty. He has the help channel or the helpline kind of thing where he does a live and he walks stuff through it. He's brilliant. I just go and watch him. I'm just like, Steven, could you just do all of my everything on my channel for me, please? I mean, me and your wife are twins, so just do everything on my channel, please. Oh my gosh. Linda, can we be twins also, speaking? So let me tell you, funny story. We're off on story time. Is back when our family was shooting our family's reality show, Being Casey, during season 1 and 2, we shot a little sub-series called Being Casey, Roadside Assistance, where me and my mother went on an 11-day trip via a company called Harvest Host, which is a way for RVers, campers to stay free at local farms and wineries. So we got to go on this 11-day trip and we stayed a different night, which was crazy, Every single night we were in a different place for 11 days, but they were all wineries. And that's where I truly got the love of a dry bourbon barreled red wine. Now, let me tell you, this place, and I think they're in Pennsylvania. It's called Barrel Oak Winery. Yeah? I will leave it in the description box here for people that are watching this in the replay. Barrel Oaks Winery. They were, oh my gosh, so good. But also, not only did they have amazing wines that were like bourbon, like lick the barrel, as Glinda put, but they were pet friendly to where, okay, when we walked into the winery, Destiny was with us because she went on the trip. Go check out the series, it's on our YouTube page. Um, and we walked in, and it's like me and mom were guided to the wine tasting area up at the little bar. But then they had people that were like employees of the dogs and guided Destiny into this area where she could like taste test different like pet friendly drinks and be petted and lay in beds. And literally after we were done with the tasting, I was like, all right, Destiny, let's go. We're going back home. She looked at me like, nah, see you later. Y'all go. I'm okay right here. See you later. Really? Okay, he needs to like teach me like for real, like one on one, like how to like live life on StreamYard. Yeah. God. I did see that. Okay. So I ordered a couple because they're really not expensive. I ordered one and it's like $65, but it makes like 30 bottles of the wine. And I was like, that's a really great Christmas gift. So I did. I did get it off of Amazon. It's funny you said that. Yes, he is awesome. He really is. Casey and Steven together, I love both of them. They're amazing. Yeah. You did okay. I love you because you've seen all of the stuff with me, yeah. But yes, that was the fun trip, and I was like, I don't remember recording most of the 11 days, but it's okay. Bourbon wine is so good. I hook them up. Okay, Glenda, have you tried Apothic Inferno? I'm gonna put it in the chat because there is the Apothic Inferno, which is a red blend that has like they say it's aged in bourbon, and but it has like this vanilla-ish hint. It's the best red wine I've ever had in my whole entire life. And for y'all that know me and follow me, know that before homesteading, I was a wine connoisseur. That's what I thought I was going to get into. I was going to be a sommelier. That's what I wanted to do. Um, but now I just like drinking it. Right? She was not playing. She was like, no, no, see you later. And they had the cutest ones. It was like um, Pinot Raffinard and what was the cat one? Meow Grigio, I think it was. I can't remember. Don't quote me. But if you look at it, it was really cute. And it was like wines that weren't really wines, but they were like, had a little bit of like catnip and stuff in it that was friendly for dogs, but gave them that fun little like warm feeling. Thank you. Oh my gosh. That's what I've been wanting for my whole entire life. Huh? Okay. Glinda, DM me. Maybe me and you need to do the collab together and do the wine thing because we need to do it around October. I don't think there's a lot of really like cool collabs then. So me and you DM me, Glinda, let's talk. I'm not gonna talk it on here because we want to surprise people with it. Okay, so I did read that, but hers, I don't think hers is that big of an operation. If it is, she needs to rehire more people to mow her grass because it's getting kind of high. But I'm gonna ask her that because I'd like to do some pecan pies, and I just don't want to. Pecans are so expensive in the store now. Like, let me tell you, a 2 pound bag. I looked at a 2 pound bag of pecans, and they were like $18. I was like, never mind. I'll go without. Is that you've heard Apothic Inferno? Is that it? Is it Apothic Inferno? Okay, yes. Menage a Trois dark. But also the Menage a Trois. What is the Valentine's one? No, that was Apothic. Apothic Crush is another good one. I need to get one of those. I need to find a company that will send me one and like put this adorable face on as one of their You coming in while I'm acting crazy, as usual. A slinky on a stick. Really? Oh my, I need to look it up what it looks like. Hold on. I'm gonna like Google it while I'm on here. Pecan picker. We're gonna share. Hold on, let me see if it'll let me share. Oh my gosh, it does. Is this what we're talking about? Hold on. It's not even showing up. Let me try to share. Can y'all see that? Is that what you're talking about? That does look like. What do? You just roll it over. Oh gosh. Like for real, for real. I need to get me one. That kind of looks easy. It's a known language. It's called Wino. Just saying. It's a ball you. Christina, I am a family rated show. Just saying. We had a huge pecan trees in our backyard when I was a kid. We picked up. What? They produce that much? Oh my gosh. See, okay, so where I am, I'm trying to get my bearings right from where I am. Her farm is in, no, is this way. Excuse me. Um, and I know she has 2 acres where she is, but then she has like 60 acres this way of pecan trees. So, Moonsprout, hi, how are ya? I know, yes. Okay, let me tell you. See, y'all make me act naughty on the TV. Hi, Gary, how are ya? Okay, so, oh no, my Wi-Fi is cutting out. Is it for real? Am I back? Hopefully I'm back because I'm about to tell a story because of this comment. So, who in your area where you live has Aldi, the grocery store Aldi? Anybody? Comment below if you have the Aldi's. If you have the Aldi's. Because there is a wine that I was just recently introduced to that is so good. And it is a Malbec. So it's the drier red. So Christina, I don't know if you would like it, girl. But it's a drier red and it is $4.29. Oh, I see a lot of people. Okay. Me, yep, yeah, yes, Aldi, yep, yeah, okay, uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Okay. Well, oh, Linda, you need to write this down. This Malbec, since me and you have the same palate, this Malbec is literally under $5. It's like $4.29. I think with taxes it was like $4.60. So I think I bought a case and it's delicious. It's amazing. Because sometimes with like those cheaper wines, it's like you drink it and then you have to drink a little bit more because you're not quite getting that happy feeling um, that you thought you would get. And then the next morning you're like, oh yeah, there's that happy feeling right there. I will never drink cheap wine again. It's not that way with this. They have it in Germany? What? No way. Huh? Okay, now I did see that. I did see that. I'm not a sweet drinker, but I did see they have a $3 Moscato. And I will tell you, Sis Tara loves her a little bit. Well, Sis Tara loves her wine. She's gotten into our family, so we're trying to like push her into the drier wine. But she does like sweet. And I got her that Moscato one time and she loved it. So I would say that it's Sis Tara approved. She likes that one too. We is happy. Okay, see, I need to do a shirt. The wine knows. Listen, if we have to deal with everything that's going on, I might as well do it with a glass of wine, so I can at least be like somewhat happy. Yeah. Really? Oh my god! Hold on, I'm gonna put this up there. DM me, please. Moonsprout, DM me on Instagram or on YouTube. There's our email address. It's info@Ormsby Farms. Because I'd like some new graphic work. Ours is looking kind of like, meh, you know. Me too. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you. Now, back in the day when I was a little bit younger, I probably could get away with the cheapo wine. Like we won't go into like talking about like Boone's Farm and all that kind of stuff. But now I know the wine, and some people may call me bougie, but I'm just going to say it's not bougie. It's just knowing what you like and what doesn't give you a headache. I know that certain different wines, I feel normal the day after. So I'm like, okay, that's what we won't stick to always. And I don't really want to try anything else because I don't want to have that like headache the next day. It's a lot, especially when you're homesteading. You can't really get up and do all your chores if you have a headache. Oh, really? What? Okay. Oh, I see. Find me on Insta. I'm literally there every day of my life on Insta. Bougie. Yes, some people do call me that. It's funny because the one thing that I wanted in my homestead was like a bougie, old fashioned Southern dining room. And when I say bougie, old fashioned Southern dining room, I mean like table for 10, check, I have that. An obnoxiously large china cabinet filled with china and crystal. Have it because I took most of my mom's and my grandmother's china because nobody else wants it. So yeah, bougie. Boone's Farm. And it was like the grape. It was terrible. Right. Good times. I don't know if I want to go back to it, but good times. Wild Mustang grapes. That sounds delicious. Good girl. Hi, Denise. How are you? Thanks for coming in. We're just acting a fool over wine. We got started talking about wine and being bougie about wine. I should have had some wine tonight instead of red Kool-Aid. Thunderbird, what is that? Let me tell you, while you were telling me that in the chat, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. When we walked our, our property, obviously the owner and his wife like to create fun drinks, or we'll just say it, probably moonshine, on the property because in the back, like 3-4 acres of our property, there's like a pile, maybe like 30 feet wide and like 3 to 4 feet tall of like moonshine bottles, glass in the elements. I would never use them. I'm not a huge fan of the moonshine. My cousin makes some. If Carrie's still in here, she's probably putting my nephew to bed. But her older brother makes some really good one. But yes, a pile of moonshine bottles. And I was like, ooh, they must have gotten toe up on the homestead. Oh, okay, so my other cousin, her husband is learning to make mead from his father's honey. I've talked about it on my video. Her and her husband, his father owns a bee farm in Illinois and some amazing honey. And he's been making homemade mead from that honey, and I'm excited to try it. Because I'm not going to deny it. I like a good drink. I like a good drink. You know what I'm going to do, Glenda, is I'm going to pour a glass of a bourbon aged wine just for you. Just for you. And I'm going to say that too. Okay, I do too. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes this gets me in trouble after the moonshine. Because y'all know I'm happy go lucky. I'm all over the place. I have gotten comments before that that I may have been a hot mess drunk, but that's really not me. I'm just bubbly. I'm bubbly sober, whether I'm drinking. So don't let me talking about drinking and stuff fool you because I'm not a drunk. I'm very cognizant to what is going on. But I do love any type of adult beverage because I am an adult. That the girl, you cracking me up tonight. Really? Okay. Now, Ronnie, I'm not going to use those moonshine bottles. I may try to sell them, but I'm not going to use the moonshine bottles. I may look at some of them to use for wine, but I don't know. I'm nervous. Popcorn. I'm confused. I'm really confused. I'm telling you, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow If y'all want to see it, make sure you go onto the community page. I've shared the live for tomorrow. I will have a glass of wine and not Kool-Aid. Yeah? But let me tell you, I haven't had Kool-Aid in a long time, and it's actually very good. Okay, so funny story. I'm going to be very careful on how I tell the story, just because I know that some of my family does watch my lives and the videos. And we're not talking about mom and brother Chris and Tara. But at the Thanksgiving one year, my cousin was like, hey, we have this homemade moonshine. Do you want to try it? Now, our family was raised. No, that sounds bad. Let's switch that. Our family as adults were raised on Chardonnay. It's just, we are Chardonnay drinkers. That's just how it is. You ever want to get in mom's good graces? And we have had a lot, I will say this, we have had a lot of fabulous gifts sent to us. Thank you to everyone that has sent us gifts. But if you want to get in mom's good graces, send her a cheap bottle of Chardonnay. She'll love you for life. But my cousin was like, hey, try this moonshine. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard about that before. Oh, I'm okay. I drink wine, so I'm a professional. See, even thinking about it makes me start coughing. It was so strong. It was good, but it like all the hair that I shaved off as a younger person on my chest grew back instantly. So I was trying to be cute and like shaved my chest. And then I took a shot of that moonshine and it was like, hair back on the chest. It was great. That was my story. Okay, I've done that before too. When it was, I might just knock down my curtain on my desk. But when I first was doing the podcast, I would go in and I'd be like, "Oh no, I'm just drinking. I'm just drinking water." It was really a vodka soda because I was nervous because I was like, "I don't know how to do a podcast," so I'm telling on myself now because now I'm a professional. I know how to shoot a podcast, and we shoot so long that you don't want to be tipsy at all because it's a long process. We love it. We love shooting our podcast, but it's a long, 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 long process. Show Moonshine is. I haven't. Oh my gosh, I've never seen that show. Why haven't I not seen that show? Okay, see, I would use them, but I'm like the little. I mean, I guess I could always wash them, but I'm just scared. I'm scared. I'm scared to use them, Ronnie. To learn how to make moonshine? Me and Christina have actually talked about that on my live, about doing a collab, maybe a private collab where we can't get a slap on the wrist for talking about making moonshine. If you're interested, press that thumbs up because I would like to learn how to make it too. Because listen, I always seem to get to this point towards the end of my lives where I'm like, hold on, let me just have my comments on there. At the end of my lives, where I'm like, hey, we got to prep our pantry. We have to be prepared. And that is one big thing that nobody ever talks about on their channel. We talk about prepping your veggies and fruits and jams and flours and sugar and meat, but nobody ever talks about how to prepare your adult beverages. Just saying. I'm waiting for Christina to comment in the comment section about we're doing a collab together. Just saying. Oh, Glinda's down. Glinda's down. I'm telling you, we have to start thinking about this because, first of all, it's off the wall prepper and Christina's fault. They've gotten me into this prepper mode in my mind. But we prep everything else and we get it together. And we're like, okay, well, we got enough veggies canned, we got enough jams, we got enough this, we got enough meats. But no one ever talks about how to think about how to prepare for your adult beverages going forward, or even how to be self-sustainable for adult beverages, because we all think that, oh, you talk about adult beverages. And the bad thing is, I see my numbers dropping for viewers, but it's a true thing. Listen, I am a Christian man. I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I am 100% about Christianity and all that kind of stuff. I will say, I love me an adult beverage. Jesus turned water into wine, and I want to learn how to prepare that wine and put it in my prepper pantry. Hi, Andale. Hi, and thank you. Thank you. And he loves you as well. How are you, Prepper 101? Are you doing okay tonight? But no, nobody that does that. And for a while, I went into, how am I going to put this? I went into YouTubing thinking like I have to be this person that people expect me to be. Saying that, okay, people expect this bubbly, funny, openly flamboyant farmer man to come on the screen. And that is me. Don't get me wrong, to an extent. But I love me some alcoholic beverages, or some beverages. And I'm not going to be scared anymore to put out those kind of videos because I'm scared of what subscribers would think, or scared what viewers would think that I put out that kind of video, because I would want to know. We're all talking about prepping our pantry, but, and you don't have to comment on this, but for those that drink adult beverage, you're thinking, okay, what am I going to do if the grocery store is not there and I need my little glass of Pinot Noir? Have you thought about it? Do you have a plan? Christina, I can always leave it to you, girl. Yes, it took me a moment to stop back and remind myself why I do what I do. But I'm there now, and I'm not scared to say that. Okay, she said it. Ooh, I am going to be DMing you. You've never had a Manhattan, like the drink? Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Just saying. It's okay. I'm so glad that you said this, because I have a lot of family members that are very well traveled, Sis Tara being one of them. Um, and here in the United States, we don't. It's kind of like shamed upon. Oh, you're a wine drinker? Choices. But really, come on now. And we all need to start thinking about, what are we going to do when we're not able to get that at the grocery store? I mean, we've talked about mead tonight, we've talked about moonshine, we've talked about wine. Those are made from 3 different things. if you grow wheat, I know that I have some cactus in my backyard. If I really wanted a margarita, just saying. Thank you, Ronnie. Yes, it's true. I mean, it doesn't even have to be alcoholic beverages. If you're like a super fan of sweet tea, let's just say that sweet tea, how are you preparing to have your sweet tea? Do you know what tea leaves are in it? Do you know what you can grow? I mean, it's something that I think we all talk about the food aspect of prepping our lives, but nobody ever talks about like the drink aspect because everybody thinks that just we should just be drinking water, which I do. I love my water. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to hear comments in the replays. But orange juice. Do you like orange juice? Do you drink that with breakfast? Do you like lemonade? Um, I will say here at Ormsby Farm, we all love a good Gatorade Zero. So, I mean, how are you preparing for that? Used to drink tequila sunrises. They were good. I used to drink those too, like 20 years ago. Because if I did it now, I'd be sick to my stomach. Mint julep. I've heard about those, but I don't think I've ever had one of those. That was a good one. Okay, funny story. We're going back to stories. So for my 21st birthday, only 3 days ago, my whole family, we went to New York to celebrate because I was bougie and I wanted to go to New York for my 21st. So my aunt, we were at a like a hotel restaurant kind of thing, and she was like, "Well, I'll have a Manhattan," and I was like, Dee Dee, do you know what's a Manhattan? She said, "Nope, but we're in Manhattan and I'm gonna have one." I was like, "Okay, go ahead." So she got her Manhattan and she tasted it and she said, "I hate it. It's terrible." And I told you I was a bartender. Bourbon or whiskey, one of them. It's a dark liquor one. It's not good. That's my story. Linda, I'm trying to put your one up here. Me too. I actually I do a chocolate mint, I do a mint, I do a spearmint. I've done chamomile. Chamomile didn't do well for me this year. I don't know why. Um, Now lemon verbena, it just doesn't want to be my friend. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. Where would we be without wine? Because not only is it a wonderful adult beverage, but you can cook with it and it's fabulous. And I actually was looking at some canning recipes in the Ball Canning book, and it has wine in there. What are we going to do if we don't have the grocery store to get that wine? Let's start thinking. Me, Glinda, and Christina, we're going to come up with a collab. Huh? You had an inshore. For real? Like tonight? Like right now? I'm confused. Oh, you're going to prep your inshores. Go for it. I support you 100%. Now, I do like the chocolate covered cherry inshore. Just saying. And I'm not ashamed. Thank you. It actually, certain ones. Now, some of them are, mint juleps are, what's in them though, Glenda? I'm confused on what's in them. And a limeade gin milk. Ooh, that sounds good. Now, okay, I'm not a gin person at all. Um, m- Most of my family is, but limeade and mint leaf, I did try that the other day, and the girls from the Vineyard Shakes told me about the cucumber water too. So I mixed all that together. It was delicious. It was limeade, cucumber water, and cucumbers and the mint leaves. And I put some club soda in there. It was delicious. It was so good. Ooh, apple mint. That sounds good. I don't know what it is about the chamomile this year. It just didn't do good. Like the year before over in Tucker, I mean, we had so much chamomile. I don't know what to do with. And luckily enough, because that's what I'm using for teas. Okay, I would totally invite you, but you're a big shot. Okay, you're like all hail off the wall prepper kind of level. So we get nervous to ask you. I'm gonna ask you on live television. Would you like to be in a collab with us so we can make some adult beverages and how to prep for your pantry? We'll talk off live. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is a mint julep. 8 mint leaves, a fourth of an ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces of bourbon. Oh, that's where you lose me. Garnish. Oh, bitters. I love bitters. Now, let me tell you, I actually am not so like hateful against old fashions. Grandma Nancy, the one that I spoke about before, um, that left me the cookbook, she was a Scotch old fashioned drinker. And that was her thing until the day she died. That was her drink. And I tried it and it was actually very, very good. So when I'm feeling very masculine and like I need a good masculine drink, I'll have an old fashioned. And off the wall prepper, don't come for me in the comments after I just said that. You are nice. See, I love your channel. I love your channel. And I told the story last week about how I truly felt it was God's way of pushing me towards your channel one day when I kind of needed guidance. And I love how God works in that way, that when you ask Him for guidance or you ask Him for help, He will push you towards the way that you should be going or what you should be doing. And that day, I remember I was just grumpy and upset and hateful. And I just was asking God for guide me in a more positive light right now. Because right now, my mind, the state that I'm in is not where I need to be. And got on YouTube to just kind of like, do the thumbs up. You swipe and you're like, okay, heart, heart, heart. And you go down the list and Off the Wall Prepper popped up and it was live. And I was like, I'm going to go in and, just say hello. I went in and watched the entire one and my whole day changed because of you. Thank you for that. Like, I can't praise enough how grateful I am, one, to God for guiding me to your channel that day, but also for you speaking the word of God to me for me to hear and to get me out of my mood that I was in to go forward. No, it was Faith Friday. It was. I looked it up because I had it thumbed or hearted in my favorites, and it was on a Friday because I thought it was the Sunday one, but again, I usually am at church on Sunday. Usually, I ain't gonna lie and say that I'm there all the time. I need to be more, but I do know that this was a Friday. God leads, I follow. Amen. Completely. Amen. 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 And the whole chat in your the Friday live was welcoming and warm and gracious and loving. It was just so amazing. So yes, we would love for you to be in any, and honored for you to be in any collab that I'm in. We just know you missed the big shot. You missed her. I'm not worthy. That kind of stuff. We love you though. I love Birmingham. Okay. Now I did read about a bourbon jam that I am going to try this year with figs and pears, and there was another one. Can't remember. Oh, maybe orange. I can't remember, but it was with bourbon too. And I was like, "Ooh, that sounds like a good jam." Kind of one of those like, "Hello, good morning" kind of jams. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and I will every Friday. I will be there. I already have it. Literally, I put it on my calendar on my phone. Well, both of y'all are. Both of y'all, because I just adore you too. Both of y'all are just so down to earth and real. And let me tell you, I am so bad on, and I push this all the time on my videos, which I'm always like, why am I so bad at this? But I'm so bad at commenting on videos. But just to put it out there, YouTube world, I do watch. I do watch videos. I watch from a distance. I'm like one of those creepy people that are watching and not commenting. I just forget, but I do love everything that y'all do, and I just adore y'all together. And I literally, it warms my heart to see both of y'all in the chat every single time. I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes, I've made it because y'all are in my chat. So just say, right? Okay, I'll have to send you that recipe because it's in the ball canning book. And let me go find it. And no, I'm not going to trip. Let's see. It's this book right here. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's called or look in this because as you could tell, I have my little savers. I'm such an old Southern lady. Zesty watermelon jelly. Why did I save that? And of course, now I'm, of course, not able to fashion jellies. But yeah, I can't talk enough. Oh, Glinda, I thought about you because I did save this one. I don't know if you can even really see it. It's called Inferno Wine Jelly, and it sounds super delicious. It's like bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, chile peppers, sweet white wine, lemon juice, and sugar. So it sounds so freaking good. Well, hello, y'all. Welcome in. I'm trying to find a jam that is now like can't find. And I thought I put, or maybe I folded it on the page because I'm seeing some like folds now. I know it was called like Heaven's Jelly or Heavenly something jelly. Can't remember, but it looked amazing. And I will probably do a video on it when I do it. Yeah, I can't find it. But it looked so good. I just gotta find it to actually I was hoping to find it so I could talk about what's in it. No skipping. I'm too tired for the night to skip. How's it going? Like the travel, because I graduated with my travel agent certification. So I have been working in that now. Grab your book, yes, because we got to find it. Page 32. No, it's not on 32 for me. 34. 34, it's on 34 for me. There it is. Heavenly Fig Jam. All right, followers, listen to this. You got figs, water, orange juice, lemon, pectin, and sugar. Why did I think there was bourbon in it? See, this just killed my whole thing now. It's not what I wanted. Hi, Deborah. I'm struggling now because I thought that there was bourbon in the jam that I was hyping up. I mean, maybe it would be okay to add bourbon to it. I don't know. Is it worth it? Well, let me tell you, there are great deals going on right now, and I post it all over our social media, but I guess nobody really wants to travel right now. So I'm just like, okay, all right, fine, even though there's like really, really good deals. Right, I thought we had the same one. Me too. And that's another one. I didn't talk about it before, but that is, we have, I'm counting 5 fig trees around the property, yeah? And they're doing really well. I mean, they're like, nothing's happening with them. So pears and figs are the 2 things that this homestead can produce perfectly. Maybe, or a different version, because I have this one, which is, I don't even know what year. And of course, I got this when I was doing kind of like my bulk buying on homesteading stuff before we moved to the homestead, and I bought it from one of the bigger homesteaders under their affiliate link that I don't completely support now. But again, we won't go into that. But I love this book. I love this one. Literally, as you can tell, I've marked all my pages because let me tell you, our tomato plants are like kabooming right now. Like when I say kabooming, I mean like kabooming, kabooming, to where I have 6 full grocery bags of Roma tomatoes, cherry, grape, regular tomatoes that I've cored until I can can them. And I've been kind of looking in this book. And Glenda, you said yours is the 2020. I think mine's earlier than that, actually, to be honest. But I've been looking in here for tomato recipes because, I mean, we're going to be doing diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, salsas, ketchup, barbecue, buffalo. But I found a recipe. Let's see if I can find it quickly, which is probably a no-go. Well, not the tomato paste. But there is a whole thing on like tomatoes in the water bath canner and in the pressure canner, but it is a cocktail sauce. And I love me some shrimp, and I do buy shrimp to store in the freezer. And I was like, let me make some cocktail sauce since we have so many tomatoes. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Oh my gosh. I literally, the crazy thing was our cucumbers, I started to not being able to give it away. Like, I was like emailing family members. I'm like, do you want cucumbers? I'll even drive the 2 hours to bring it to you because my freezer only holds so much. And the thing is with my tomatoes is that my stove is not completely hooked up, but my electrician is coming Sunday to get me together so I can finally start canning fully again because nothing will fit in my freezer. I don't even, y'all can see the little small freezer right there. That one I bought when I moved here, but I also have the fridge freezer, but it can't fit nothing else. It's like you have stockpiled me with tons of tomatoes. Get your booty and gear and start canning. Tomato Geddon, correct. That is mine too. And listen, I am blessed and grateful that we are getting so many tomatoes. Now, should I have planted as many plants as I did, even though most of my podcast co-hosts were like, Casey, do you really want to plant that many? And I was like, oh, yeah. Maybe not. I probably won't do that many next year. I did 40 plants of tomatoes this year, um, which was a lot. And see, that is one thing. Okay, the freeze dryer, we had our kind of like Ormsby Farm meeting, but that is something that we may need to just go ahead and put the money into. Um, one, even if we were to sell our stuff, you're going to make your money back within the first year or 2 years of what you put into it. Two, even if you just save it all for yourself, you're getting the money back within a couple years. So we've been talking about a freeze dryer. One, because I want to make freeze dried marshmallows. See, I can't even like can my meats right now because I don't have a stove. This is what I cook on right now, y'all. I do either the air fryer because it's electric, plug it into a socket, or a griddle, plug it into the socket, or Instapot. Those are the three things I use right now to cook because of not having a stove. Now, I tried water bath canning in my canner on top of the griddle. So I would heat up the griddle, I would put the canning pot on there, bring the stuff up. Didn't really work that great. Now, then I tried same for water bathing. So I'm not talking about stuff that you have to pressure can, but I tried steam bathing in the Instapot, and that worked brilliantly. But I can only put like 4 pints in there at a time. I'm like, I literally am doing like 40 at a time. So there's no way I can do that. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to do the dehydrated marshmallows only because that's going to be my like Lucky Charms, my homemade Lucky Charms. God, was good. Oh, so well, see, that's a good thing, Glenda, because now you got an abundance of veggies, but I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to have to literally can and freeze. Let me tell you about Glenda, about your Chinese noodle beans. I don't know if you saw the reel today, but I went out today and maybe it was like last week. I thought the Chinese noodle beans were on its way out. I thought they were like, okay, we've given you a bumper crop. I think I got like 9 gallon bags of noodle beans. And I thought that the plants were saying, okay, we've given you a good crop. Now it's time. We're about to die. But no, they have started putting on a whole new crop that I'm having to harvest like literally every 2 days. And I'm getting like gallon bags by the day of Chinese noodle beans. They're crazy and they're so delicious. And if you have not tried, you should pickle them because they are so good pickled and they look kind of fancy. I think because of the color, um, they're really good pickled and has a good crunch. I literally have 2-quart jars now of dehydrated tomato powder because I saw that on, again, the big YouTube channel that I don't completely support anymore, but did it because I do trust some things they say. So yeah, I have 2 quarts full of tomato powder and still like bags and bags and bags of frozen ones. Uh-oh, she has a confession, y'all. I'm about to pull it up here. What is the confession? I'm like a little kid over here, waiting and anticipating. The bad thing is, I wish that this platform was not as judgy on what we said on the lives because I have a hysterical funny story about the Chinese noodle beans. That one, if you want to hear that story, DM me on Instagram. I'll send you some. I'll send you some frozen ones because literally, okay, so when we got, hi, boo, how you doing, girl? Let me tell you, Glenda, that when I got those seeds, I was like, Chinese noodle beans. And I Googled them and I was like, oh, really long purple beans. Okay. Don't know if the family would like them because they're picky. Well, not mom. Mom will eat any veggie given to her. But me, brother Chris, sis Tara were very picky. So I was like, oh, let me just try them. So I grew 7 plants, which is crazy that you're like, oh, 7 plants, let's just try it out. And they have done crazy. So I was like, okay, let me cook them one night. So I cooked them in a stir fry with garlic and onions and olive oil, and you know the deal. I mean, nothing super fancy. They are delicious. They are so good, better than a green bean. To even where, like my brother, who is so anti veggie, love, and they did them as the pickled noodle beans, and they were even better pickled. So I was just like, all right, Glenda, you better go, girl. Giving me some stuff that literally I will have in my garden every year until the day I die. Is these Chinese noodle beans will always be in my garden. Oh, never heard of them. Well, I'm saving some seeds to send you, so you'll have for next year. Yes, they are. If I guess I could grab some from the freezer, but they're like long, long, long purple beans. I have fallen in love with these noodle beans. They are so delicious. They're so cool to look at. Like the way I'll have to take a picture of the plant and put it on the Instagram because they hang off of the plant. It kind of looks like I think kids would probably be scared of them because it looks like a snake is like hanging off of the plant, and they're beautiful. The flower is beautiful before it even turns into the Chinese noodle bean. But they're so delicious. Yes, they're so good. Now, what are sword beans? I've never heard of those. Yes, Monica did try them. She did. And see, Monica did it on camera, but the kids did it off of camera. And I have to say that I think I got approval from like the 6-year-old up to Luke, who's 20, her second oldest. So I think I got age-wise, I got all the, oh, this is actually good. And that's the crazy thing is that these Chinese noodle beans actually freeze beautifully. Yeah? And it's one of those that I put them in a gallon Ziploc bag. I'm gonna grab them. Okay, and the good thing is some of them are not frozen, so they'll be easy for me to use. But I literally just put them in gallon bags. And even frozen, they're easy to take out. So I'm gonna just take out one. This is it. This is a Chinese noodle bean. And this is one of the smaller ones. And literally, even when it's, I'm trying to get one of the frozen ones. Even when it's frozen, I mean, what I do is they don't clump together like certain other veggies. So this is the frozen one. I don't know if you can even really tell. But you can take it out. I like to even break it up kind of like, and I say, the only reason I say green bean size is so that people that are even watching on the replay understand that I break it up pretty small, toss it in some olive oil, garlic, onion, and saute it, and it is so good. They are delicious. Like 9 of these, and it's only August. And they're still producing. It's amazing. They're delicious. I'm gonna go put them back. But literally, they are so good and delicious. And I'm gonna pull another thing out to show you since we got like 13 more minutes before I'm at 2 hours of blabbering. Let me go back and see. Yes, so that. They are, but it's like a really, it's like just a really, really good taste. And then watch the Chinese. Oh, I need to watch that channel. Order. Listen, that's why I'm so excited to foster to adopt kids younger because I'm going to get them used to it. Because I wish I, as a younger kid, was open to trying things out of the garden like I kind of do now, but not much. But I want the kids to be able to go out there. Because that was the cool thing about Monica's kids is they were like, yeah, I'll try it. Okay, I'll try it. And they did it. Yes, you do. That is so true. You get the bang for your buck to where literally those 9 bags, I'll probably, the whole family, and listen, when I say family, and I say that on my YouTube video, my hands were getting cold. When I say family, it's 4 grown adults. We're not talking about kids yet, even though kids were in the future, but the 4 grown adults can eat off of 9-gallon bags for until next year. I mean, that's enough for us to eat through the year. I mean, it's just 7 plants got us that much. What? Mind blown. Right, yes. Okay, see, I love that. Baker's Creek is such an amazing company. They're another one that have sponsored our podcast, and they're just absolutely amazing. I love all the seeds from them. I actually saved some seeds from the year, maybe a year ago, of Jetstar, of the tomatoes. And is that the one I grabbed? Yes, my frozen slicers. They just have great tomatoes. Thank you. Yes, send me the link. Yes, they do have to be trellised. I trellis them. I've now you can plant them a lot closer than I did. I planted them about 12 inches apart, and really they keep together. If you want it to look like pretty and covered on the trellis, but yes, they do trellis a lot. So one of the ones that I want to show that is doing crazy is I planted literally 3 plants, not much, of serrano peppers. Why? Because I wanted to make one, a buffalo sauce, and I wanted to make a Tabasco sauce. Now, not necessarily just for the serranos, but I planted some peppers. Okay, so I thought they were pepperoncini, but I was incorrect. They were cayenne, and they started showing out. They have been literally like popping off the chain now. Like, I can't even like, and all I have is 2 of the plants. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much hot sauce this year. It's gonna be fabulous because I love hot sauce. But I read about a buffalo sauce that uses the peppers and this next one, which is tomatoes. Which y'all, this is what literally what I put my tomatoes in the freezer. Like, nothing special, nothing fancy, nothing bougie. Literally, I put it in grocery bags and I'm not a core it, but these are the Jetstars. They produce such beautiful tomatoes. Let me try to find another one. Like beautiful. And all I do is just core the center, put it in the bag, tie it up, put it in the freezer, because when I'm ready, I'll defrost it. And the thing about this is defrosting the tomatoes is that it is so much easier to peel the skin off once you defrost it. It's like you could just touch it and it slides off. It's beautiful. And then now, of course, you can't use it for like tomato sandwiches and that kind of stuff. You could, but it'd be super mushy. I don't know. But I use it for the diced tomatoes. I then weigh it to make my salsas, ketchups, that kind of stuff. But I also have some Romas and cherries and grapes that I freeze also that I do for like the saucier stuff. But yeah, when I talk on the video, it's not fancy. This is what I do for tomatoes. And this is the smaller of the bags. So let me go put it in the freezer so it doesn't defrost on my lap. All right, let's see how behind I am on the comments. Baker Creek is near you. It's a great company. Right? The peppers are crazy. Hot, 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 hot. I'm nervous because the good thing is I'm not saving the seeds from this year because I was so bad with planting my rows that I have some bells that are next to my cayennes, that are next to my jalapenos, that are next, you know the drill. Dude, Jet Stars? I'm telling you, I love them, huh? I didn't grow up in. I think it is too, honestly, yeah, because still, to right now, I am not a raw tomato fan. I won't eat raw tomato. It has to be cooked. I'm like, no, don't put a tomato on my burger or whatever. You and me both. I want an avocado tree now. I've talked to a company about sending us citrus trees, a lemon tree, a key lime tree, and a kumquat. But I want an avocado tree too. Right? Yes, me too. Um, but yeah, see, our winters are nothing. Like our winters are like fall for most people. See, that's what I'm nervous about. Is I'm like, okay, if I put one in now, I'm gonna wait a long time. Like it's a long time to get it together. Hi, Annie's Kitchen. What time is it there in Australia? I know it's like early morning, right? That's exciting because let me tell you, I love me some lemons and limes, not only for adult beverages, but for lemon and limeade because I love limeade. I made that when Monica and the kids came. So good. I know, I know. I just need to, especially with our greenhouse. Our greenhouse gets so hot, and I just really can't put anything else in there besides the trees that are okay to put in there. So I may just need to go ahead and just put an avocado tree in because we all like avocado and some guacamole. Our family is Mexican kind of people. We love the Mexican food, and guacamole is one of our favorites. Yes, I'm so excited. They're like a this tree is like a clementine and kumquat mix, is what they called it. It's Starks Brothers. Sparks Brothers? Starks Brothers? Should probably learn their name. Oh, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. What time is it here? It's 11 o'clock at night. So we're about 12 hours. 12 hours. So Stormy, oh, that's not good. Well, for the garden, it's good for the garden. I'd like some of it. If you could send some of that rain our way for the garden, that'd be great. But yeah, no, the greenhouse, I'm trying to repair the shade cloth. And the shade cloth one is so big, it's 55 feet. And the tear in it is probably 30 feet. Um, but I'm trying to repair it because if we don't have a shade cloth, that greenhouse just gets too hot. So I'm trying to find different ways of what I can grow in there because I don't want to not grow in there because that's just a waste of that whole space. So chocomole, what is that? That sounds amazing. And Beaufort, Georgia? Are you in the Beaufort, Georgia? I hope so, because it'd be so good to have another George person in here. The Mexican food, we love it. I love it. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Stark Brothers. Yes. Great people. They're so sweet there. But yeah, it's a Myers lemon tree. It's a key lime, and it's the kumquat clementine mix set that they're selling. So that is what we're getting. Oh yeah, it is the winter time in Australia right now, as it's brutally hot. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. Okay, I've never had a kohlrabi. Now, all of my homestead podcast girlfriends, have tried to talk me into growing it, especially for next year, because I have lots of seeds. I don't even know what it tastes like. I'm nervous. Talk to me. Talk to me before we wrap this live up. What does it taste like? Is it like a celery or I don't know. I'm still stuck on the vegan chocolate mousse from avocados. That's what I want right now in my life. Oh my gosh, I got a Georgia twinsy up in here. Yeah, we our homestead used to be in Tucker. So maybe like an hour from the Beaufort area, but now we're more south. So we're like 3 hours. We're in the Sparta, Georgia area. So we're in the boonies where it's like 90% cows for the population. Oh, can I grow it in the fall? Can I do it in the kohlrabi in the fall? Because I've started broccoli. Baker Creek sent me some broccoli that I started. I started some Chinese broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage for my fall garden. They're all looking super leggy right now, so it's making me nervous. But you know how it is. Here at Ormsby Farm, if I'm not growing leggy plants to start off with, something's wrong. Kohlrabi is good direct seeded. It's a cabbage, meat, a radish. Oh, hmm. Oh, I love butter flavor. I love butter flavor anything. I love butter. That's why I have the girlish figure that I do. Oh, do I need to like start sowing it now in the garden and be like super behind? That's what I have is the purple variety from Baker Creek. Oh, pepper now. You got me excited. I'm thinking I'm gonna like spread it on my popcorn. I love the Winder area. Oh my gosh, are we friends on Instagram? Let's be friends on Instagram. I do too, and I really do need to plan it because everybody talks about it, and I'm just like, I do need to put it in the ground and just try it out and see if we like it. Because the thing is, if we don't ever try it, the four of us, then we are never going to know if we actually like it and want to grow it. Like the story I just told about the Chinese noodle beans, we were all looking like, I don't know if I really want to grow that. And then we grew it and we tasted it. We're like, that's amazing. We need it every year. So, well, y'all, I'm at 2 hours of blah, blah, blahing with y'all. And I have had so much fun with y'all. I thank all of y'all that stopped in. And I hope that you go and hit that thumbs up. If you're watching on the replay, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe if you haven't hit the subscribe. There we go, QR code right there if you want to follow us on all the different social medias, all of our websites. Scan it with your phone. We love y'all. I can't wait to see y'all again on the next live. I'm going to do an After Garden Live on Saturday. So I hope to see y'all at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope everyone has a fabulous, fabulous night. Come back and see me tomorrow on the Ann Lynn Show. Look on my community tab. I'm going to be on the Ann Lynn Show tomorrow with a glass of wine, Glenda. So I'll see y'all then. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.